Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. It's an after-school special on a Tuesday afternoon at Bethpage High School. We've got some softball as the Glen Cove Big Red out of Nassau Conference 3 take on the Bethpage Golden Eagles on Senior Day. They're out of Nassau Conference 2 on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm John Perez. Bethpage comes into this game 8-9 on the season, 7-9 in Conference 2 under the direction of Joe Inglaterra. They're coming off an 8-1 loss to Division yesterday, but that was yesterday. Today is today, and what today is Senior Day, as Bethpage before the game honoring 8 seniors, and the ceremony, great ceremony beforehand. Certainly some great words and a lot of emotions as well, as these young ladies playing in one of their final home games of the year, and good to see all parents and loved ones on hand for today's matchup. They take on a Glen Cove team that's 10-8, 8-8 in Conference 3, and the Glen Cove Big Red will roll out this starting lineup today here at Bethpage. It'll be Arden Jimenez to lead it off. Sienna Scagliola is at second base, batting second. Alyssa Wieglin is behind the plate. Brooke Simmons, the dominant southpaw and cleanup hitter, one of the Big Red's best players in the 4 spot. Julia Patrizzo out in left field, Mia Lipinski at first base. Brooke Malvino is the DP, with Isabella Damiano in the hot corner and Aubrey Mercado in right field, with Sarah Raditi getting the start at shortstop. Well, who will they face? They'll face the dominant Steph Pilnasek on the mound. The senior 8-5 on the year, threw a no-hitter against Long Beach. Her second career no-hitter on April 18th. She's got a good riser, good fastball, works pretty efficiently and rapidly as well. Changes the direction of the hitter's eye, and someone to keep an eye on today. It's going to be a good pitching matchup as well. Her and Brooke Simmons as we get ready to go here in Bethpage. Glen Cove and the Golden Eagles locking horns on a Tuesday afternoon. Should be a good one. Glen Cove, 14 wins a year ago, 4 losses, losing to MacArthur in the first round of the Nassau Conference playoffs. So Jimenez digs into the dish. Pilnasek gets the sign, and away we go. Senior Day here at Bethpage. And the first pitch hammered in for a strike, 0-1. Glen Cove with 7 freshmen in the starting lineup, as is Jimenez, someone who's quick and very aggressive and playing the outfield for Glen Cove this year. She's a natural third baseman, but head coach Kim Kessel said if you want to play, you'll get a lot of reps out in center field, and she's certainly taken the bull by the horns. As the count now 1-2 on Jimenez. A little breezy here at Bethpage, and there's a wave and a miss in the first strikeout of the afternoon for Pilnasek. 1 up, 1 down. That brings up Sienna Scagliola, and let's meet the defense for Bethpage going left to right. Gianna Budo along with Jess Donnelling, Victoria Pfeffer out in right field. Christina Palmieri's the first baseman, Joanna LaRusso at second base, Riley Burns at shortstop, Gianna Lombardo in the hot corner, and Julia Casino behind the plate with Pilnasek firing ball 1 outside to Scagliola, 1-0. Scagliola, someone that never gives up any at-bats this year, hitting north of 300 and always makes solid contact down at the Conference 3 level. And it's interesting to see such a late non-conference game in the season, especially between a very good but young Glen Cove team and Bethpage. Certainly will help these teams get ready for the playoffs, as count now even at a ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch, flared foul off to the right side, and Pilnicek ahead in the count 1-2 to Scagliola, getting the start at second base today. Scagliola and Jimenez, and then you'll see Aubrey Mercado, really 3 leadoff hitters that Kessel utilizes. This is flared in the air out to shallow right, and it'll fall in for a base hit, and the Big Red have their first hit of the afternoon. Scagliola camps out at first with a 1-out single.
Now batting for the Big Red, number 7, Alyssa Wygand.
So Scagliola and her wheels over at first as you take another look, just blooping it in there. Pfeffer was playing back, and the old adage, hit them where they ain't. As Scagliola reaches base. And the first pitch pumped foul off to the right side, 0-1 to Alyssa Wiegland. 2 Wieglands on the roster. Alyssa is a freshman. Her younger sister, also on the team, is a 7th grader, not playing today because she has a recital. It's driven out to center field. Easy play for Donnelly, makes a catch in the gap. And Alyssa's retired for out number 2.
Now batting for the Big Red, number 10, Brooke Simmons.
The other Wiegland, of course, Natalie, wearing number 12. Normally you'll see, but she is not in the lineup today, as this will bring up Brooke Simmons. Certainly on her way to not just all rookie honors or freshman honors, but potentially all county honors. And what she's been able to do in the circle and at the plate. And the first pitch to the southpaw is outside, 1-0. One veteran thing about Simmons is she gets sprayed to all fields and gets a good matchup against Pilnicek. Good rip at a fastball, 1-1. One pitch, a little high, goes to the backstop, and scooting over to second base is Scagliola. So the wild pitch gives the Big Red a runner in scoring position and 2 down in the top of the first. Simmons a complete game against Southside yesterday in the Big Reds' 8-1 win over the Cyclones in Rockville Center. As Simmons behind in the count, 1-2. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. This will be the fun matchup to watch today. Simmons against Pilnicek, power against power. 2-2 coming. Sprayed foul off to the left side, and we'll do it again. Good rip and a riser. 2-2 again. Lined right into the glove of Lombardo at third base, and the side is retired, but allowed out number 3 as Simmons hit it on the nose, but found the leather of Lombardo, and that'll do it. Half inning in the books. Glen Cove, nothing. Bethpage coming to bat on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Bottom of the first inning, we're scoreless, but not because Brooke Simmons didn't get a good knock at a fastball that was picked out of the air by Lombardo over at third base. As Simmons will have her hands full today against this Bethpage starting lineup on Senior Day, as Riley Burns will lead it off. Joanna LaRusso at second base bats second. Madison Mandro is DP batting third. Julia Casino, the catcher, bats fourth, with Christina Palmieri, the first baseman, batting fifth. Jess Donnelly, the center fielder, bats sixth. Gianna Lombardo in the hot corner, batting seventh. Victoria Pfeffer in right field bats eighth, with Gianna Budo in left field, and Pilnicek on the mound as they face Brooke Simmons. Only a freshman, and how about this resume? 5 shutouts on the season, including a perfect game against Lynbrook, and a no-hitter in her first start of her freshman season against Locust Valley on March 24th. And one of the few left-handers that Bethpage will see this season as Burns steps up to the plate and takes low for ball 1. Burns hitting .396 on the season. Scored 10 runs on the team, which is the second most, as this is hit right back to the mound. Simmons fires over to first. 1 up, 1 down to begin the bottom of the first. And with that, let's meet the defense for Glen Cove. Going left to right in the outfield, Julia Patrizzo, Arden Jimenez, and Aubrey Mercado. Mia Lipinski is the first baseman with Sienna Scagliola at second base. Sarah Roditi at shortstop, Isabella Damiano at third, Alyssa Weigland behind the plate, and Simmons on the mound as Joanna LaRusso takes downstairs for ball 1. Simmons 3 shutouts last week, excuse me. 1 over the weekend, 2 during the week. Dealing to LaRusso. Someone who hasn't gotten as much playing time this year, but when she has, she's made the most of it. Gets the start at second base today. Good contact hitter and always pressures the defense by putting the ball in play. Rolled on the ground to third, backhanded by Damiano. And 2 down to begin the first.
Now batting for the Bethpage Golden Eagles, number 20, Madison Mandra.
So Simmons sets the first 2 aside, and this brings up Maddie Mandra, the only junior in the lineup, and DP hitting .412 on the year. Someone who's got power to all alleys. This will be the fun matchup to watch on this side as Simmons battles with Mandra and Casino. 3-4 in the Golden Eagles lineup. Oh, 1. Change-up misses. Count 1-1. See the defense pretty straight up against Mandra. Takes up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit in the hole, left side, backhanded by Raditi. Long throw to first, goes over the head of Lipinski. Be an infield single for Mandra. And Bethpage has a 2-out base runner for Julia Casino. Well, that's exactly what we were talking about, Mandra. Somebody who puts the ball in play and hit it in the hole. Has some decent wheels as well. Would have been a tough play for Raditi as Casino steps up to the plate. Casino also a catcher, but also has some good speed on the bases, as Joe Inglaterra says that just a 5-tool player can do it all, a little bit of everything. Casino seen as the saving grace, only a sophomore, hitting .395 on the year, 17 hits on the season. Head in the count 3-1 and a good hitter's count upcoming. On the outside corner, and count is full. Mandra the runner at first, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, or scoreless. Pitch downstairs, ball 4. So Simmons tried to go backdoor. Couldn't get the strike call as Mandra moves up to second. Casino on at first, and that'll bring up Christina Palmieri, the first baseman. Palmieri, the only senior playing at the next level. She's going to Catholic Division III school in Maryland. Hitting .295 on the year. And a good two-way player for the Golden Eagles as well. Gets a start at first base on senior day. 0-2 pitch. And the count 1-2 as Simmons trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Here's the pitch. Wave and a miss. She got her. First strikeout of the day for Simmons sets Bethpage down in the first inning. 1 inning complete. We're scoreless on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
Steph Pilnasek on the mound. She waits for her catcher, and while we wait for her, let's get to know a little bit about the dominant senior in the circle for Bethpage. Pilnasek has been a staple for the Golden Eagles over the last few years. And favorite TV show, Supernatural. Favorite actress, Aubrey Plaza. Where does she see herself in 10 years? Now, that says traveling, but specifically Fiji and the rest of Asia. So, I mean, it's a long plane trip, but certainly one of the beautiful places to see. Fiji, and then pregame ritual, singing All Too Well with her catcher, Julia Casino, says that she really values the friendship that those two have had over the years, and that's what you want out of your batter. You want them to be copacetic, on the same page, and that's exactly what they have been, and a big reason why Pilnasek has been clicking on all cylinders in her senior campaign. She'll face the lefty Julia Petrizzo, the left fielder. One of the, quote, veterans on the team, although only a sophomore. Remember, 2 upperclassmen, a.k.a. non-freshmen, on this Glen Cove team. It's Petrizzo and Simmons. They bat 4-5. Petrizzo, someone who can lay down the perfect bunt, slap the ball the other way, but this time it's pulled in the air down the right field line, and it'll reach the seats. And Pilnasek ahead in the count, 0-2. Bethpage coming off an 8-1 loss to Division yesterday. Looking to right the ship against the Big Red. Pitch misses high, and the count is 2-2. Petrizzo, Mia Lipinski, and Brooke Malvino, 5-6-7 in the Big Reds lineup. And there's a wave and a miss. Second strikeout of the day for Pilnasek, and there's one away in inning number 2. As we take another look, Pilnasek, they just dropped off the table. As Mia Lipinski takes downstairs for ball 1. Lipinski with a 6-foot frame, like every other right-hander. Really does well with the high pitches, but riser blown right by her. And the count is even at 1-1. Lipinski, couple of home runs this year. Hitting .305. And the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Second straight strikeout and third of the game for Pilnasek. As the first two are retired in inning number 2, and that'll bring up Brooke Malvino. As Pilnasek, right down the middle, blew it by her. And that'll bring up Malvino. And Pilnasek really has that fastball working to Malvino. Someone who stepped up this year for the Big Red. There's a wave and a miss. And Pilnasek ahead in the count, 0-2 to Malvino. 0-2 coming. Popped foul off to the right side, goes out of play. Isabella Damiano would be next. She looms on deck. The pitch, high and away. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As Pilnacek strikes out the side, she's got 4 on the day so far. Pilnacek is rolling, and we're scoreless going to the bottom of the second on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your events or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net.
Brooke Simmons worked around an infield single and a walk to retire Bethpage in the first inning, and she's back out on the mound. I have to love the swagger, too, of Simmons and the way that she carries herself and goes out there with the sunglasses. And a little bit about Simmons, her favorite movie, Rocky IV, which I get it. It's, you know, it's not the best. It's not the worst Rocky if you've ever seen Rocky V. Viola Davis to play her in a biopic. Celebrity dinner guest, Michael B. Jordan. Well, I hope she's got an extra seat at that table. That would be a fun one. And then prize possession, her softball bat. And why not? I'm sure it's probably right by her bedside or always on her when she's on the field, and certainly knows how to use it. Brooke Simmons. Dazzling. Is what they say, the diaper dandy. One of the top young players on all of Long Island. As she gets ready to deal to the bottom half of the Bethpage order. 6, 7, 8 due up. Jess Donnelly, Gianna Lombardo, and Victoria Pfeffer. As Donnelly steps up to the plate, the Golden Eagles center fielder. Senior day here in Bethpage. First pitch floated foul off to the right side. Count 0-1. Donnelly's a second-year varsity player, predominantly playing the corner positions, but gets the start in center field today for senior day to give time to Pfeffer and Budo. Simmons paints the outside corner for a strike, and she's ahead 0-2. Donnelly, someone who, kind of like Arden Jimenez, was a natural infielder, but saw that there was playing time in the outfield, learned the position, and she's been a staple ever since. Simmons gets ready for the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Simmons. There's one away in the second.
Number 17, Gianna Lombardo.
See Simmons just doing a good job locating and gets her to chase on the changeup. As the first pitch is a swing and a miss to Gianna Lombardo, 0-1. Simmons rears back and now is ahead 0-2. To Lombardo, who plans to take her studies to Vanderbilt, the Harvard of the South, after graduation. Second year on the varsity squad. Pitch is a little low, 1-2. On the outside corner, strike 3 called, and down goes Lombardo. Simmons is really feeling it. That's her third strikeout of the day. As Whelan applies the tag. And this brings up Victoria Pfeffer. Pfeffer fouls the first pitch back. First year playing high school or any organized softball for Pfeffer, a two-sport athlete, a great basketball player, but as an athlete also plays flag football, getting the start on senior day. Pitch hits the outside corner, and Simmons ahead, 0-2. Pfeffer looking to strike out the side. As that pitch just misses, and trying to match Pilnasek as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs were scoreless. Last half of the second, the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Simmons picks up her 4th strikeout. We're through 2. As Simmons and Pilnasek get ready for the pitcher's duel here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, top of the 3rd inning, Glen Cove and Bethpage in what is becoming a pitcher's duel. And be sure to subscribe to Varsity Media on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's pretty simple. All the handles are at Varsity Media, or go to youtube.com/Varsity Media for all of your high school sports, the premier high school sports network on Long Island. Nobody does it like Varsity Media. Nobody. Steph Pilnasek back out in the circle. She's got 4 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. In a very highly anticipated pitcher's duel on senior day. And blows a fastball by Isabella Damiano, 0-1. Damiano has some power in the bottom of the position, in the bottom of the order. Hit a grand slam the other day. Good glove at third base as well. But Pilnasek overmatching her, and she's ahead 0-2. The wind of the fire. Popped foul behind the plate. Nice catch by Haddad on the side. Beautiful day for softball in early May. Here's the pitch. Pumped foul off to the right side. Pilnasek over 160 strikeouts this season, someone who has been the glue. As this is right back to the mound, and Pilnasek flips over to first. And now 6 straight retired by the super senior, and there's 1 away in the 3rd. This will bring up Aubrey Mercado. Mercado, the right fielder. Misses the bunt on the first pitch, and Pilnasek ahead in the count, 0-1. As the Golden Eagles expect the bunt and draw their corners in. And Mercado takes upstairs. Interesting to see her bunt with nobody on base, whether it's just to draw in the infield and then kind of do the old Butcher Boy play, or maybe just throw Pilnasek off her game. Takes all the way, and now behind in the count, 1-2. Pilnasek facing 1 over the minimum, and it'll stay that way. Strikeout number 5 for Pilnasek, and there's 2 away.
Now batting for the Big Red, number 6, Arnil Jimenez.
As Pilnasek, good job on the riser. Blew it right past Mercado, and that'll roll over the lineup for Arden Jimenez, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And a big uppercut on the swing and a miss, 0-1. Even as one of the speedier Big Red players, and so important for her to get on base. And this might be a game with the way this is going that one run might be enough. As Pilnasek ahead in the count, 1-2. Pilnasek looking for her 6th strikeout through 3 innings. Pitch. Upstairs, deuces wild. And there it is. 6 strikeouts for Steph Pilnasek through 3, and we're scoreless on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here at Bethpage High School, we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're scoreless. Glen Cove and Bethpage, and if you're loving what you're seeing here, we can help bring your game to life with the Varsity Media Sportscast. Comes with announcers, instant replay, multiple camera angles, graphics, which is good for rival games, senior days, or just any big game that you see fit on your schedule, and it's great promotion for your team and your town. Contact us to book a sportscast today, 516-403-2050, or visit varsitymedia.net. Brooke Simmons has seen Steph Pilnasek and has matched her, the freshman. We'll deal to the bottom of the order. She's faced 2 over the minimum and has 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. As will be Gianna Budo to lead things off. 9-1-2 for Bethpage in a scoreless 3rd inning here in Nassau County. As Budo bunts it right side. Simmons picks it up, and it's an infield single. Would have been a tough play for Simmons, the lefty, to pick it up, turn around, and fire over to first. She couldn't do so. And for the first time today, one of these teams has the leadoff hitter on. Perfectly placed bunt. And Whelan and Simmons weren't exactly in the best spot as it pops out of the glove of Wiegand, but keeps it in front of her. So good job by Budo to get on base. And now this brings up Riley Burns, who grounded out to the pitcher first time up, 0 for 1. Burns has been the ignition to the offense, pulls back the bunt. Took a year off of softball last year to play lacrosse and decided she wanted to come back and play lacrosse for her senior season, and has helped out the team in a big way. Hitting .396 on the year, but does all the little things, and Joe Inglaterra thinking that 1 or 2 runs might be enough to win this game, especially the way that Simmons has been going. And if Bethpage can scratch out a run, it might feel like 5 or 6 runs at that. Strike called, snap throw over to first, not in time. Lipinski almost had Budo. Nice throw by Wiegand behind the plate. One-two pitch, fisted foul off to the right side. It'll be interesting to see how Bethpage adapts to Simmons' second time through the order. 1-2 coming. In the dirt. Good stop by Wiegand. No advancement by Budo. 2-2. 2-2. Little dribbler to the right side. This will move over the runner as Lipinski takes it to the bag himself. Budo advances to second. Good job by Burns to move the runner over. And there's one away for Joanna LaRusso. So this brings up LaRusso, grounded out to third, her first time up, 0 for 1. And takes a change up on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Infield, especially on the right side, starts to draw in. As Simmons ahead in the count, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Just a tad high, 1-2. This is where Simmons needs a strikeout to keep Bethpage at bay. Pitch. Just outside. Yeah, Simmons tried to hit that outside edge. 2-2. Just a bit outside again. See if Simmons goes back out there, has to come inside again. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Glen Cove. Simmons has 5 strikeouts, and there's 2 away for Madison Mandra. So take another look. Simmons said, all right, I can't go inside. I can't go outside, excuse me. I'll go right down the middle. See if you can beat this. Count even, 1-1. And the pitch. Cut on and missed. Count 1-2. Simmons trying to get Glen Cove through 3. Mandra leading the team with 9 RBIs. 10 would give them the lead. That pitch misses low. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're scoreless. Last half of the third at senior day here at Bethpage. Simmons winds and fires. Upstairs, ball 4. So a couple runners on now for Bethpage for their cleanup hitter, Julia Casino. Second walk of the day issued by Simmons. And Casino, the catcher, has to shed the shin pads and waltz over to the plate. And is all set to go. Simmons looks to bear down again. And misses downstairs for ball 1. It's funny, both of these coaches have said the same thing about their hitter and pitcher. Never get too high, never get too low, and they always stay laser focused. And that's why they've both been the clutchest players on both sides of their team. 1-1 pitch. Sprayed foul off to the right side. And the count 1-2. Budo leads off of second. Mandra off of first. Here's the 1-2. Hit in the air, shallow right field. Falling fast. It's down for a base hit as Mercado picks it up. Budo rounds third. Here comes a relay throw to the plate. It's not in time. It's an RBI triple for Julia Casino, and Bethpage strikes first. It's 1-0 in the third.
RBI single for Casino. Now batting number 42, Christina Palmieri.
Check that RBI single as Mandra stays at third. So an RBI single makes it 1-0 Golden Eagles. And as we take another look, Mercado was playing deep as the ball fell fast. And now Casino takes second on the stolen base after the first pitch. As Bethpage looks to keep the line moving. Simmons pours in a strike, and the count is 2-1. Well, good job by Casino, just taking second base, trying to draw a throw and see if Bethpage can scratch out another run. Glen Cove didn't bite. 2-2 coming. Foul tipped right into the glove of Weigland, side retired, but Bethpage strikes first on an RBI single by Julia Casino and lead it 1-0 after 3 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Going to the top court.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, it's a 1-0 lead for Bethpage here at Senior Day. As Gianna Budo scoring the first run, the left fielder for the Golden Eagles, on the RBI single by Julia Casino. And that might be enough for their dominant starting pitcher, Steph Pilnasek, who has only struck out 6 batters through the first 3 innings, has allowed 1 hit, and has faced 1 over the minimum. And she'll deal to Sienna Scagliola, Alyssa Wieglin, and Brooke Simmons, 2, 3, 4 in the big red order. As Pilnasek, someone who, by her own admission, didn't have her best stuff yesterday, and good thing about her is that she shakes it right off. And we'll be ready to go against Glen Cove now. As the quick throw down, and
Leading off the top of the 4th for the Big Red, number 16, Sienna Scagliola.
so here's Scagliola, who singled her first time up. Was stranded at second after the wild pitch, 1 for 1 on the day. And Pilnasek ahead in the count, 0-1. And Pilnasek just throwing darts now ahead in the count, 0-2 to Scagliola. Someone who had a big game against Jericho defensively in part of the 1-0 win for the Big Red. Lined over to first and caught by Palmieri. 1 away to begin the 4th.
Now batting for the Big Red, number 7, Alyssa Wieglin.
Let's take another look. Couldn't be any easier for Palmieri. It's like catching a throw from your catcher. First pitch ripped into left field. It's down for a base hit. Good piece of hitting by Alyssa Wieglin, who attacks the first pitch. And Glen Cove has a 1-out base runner for their big bopper, Brooke Simmons. Second hit of the day for the Big Red.
Now batting for the Big Red, number 10, Brooke Simmons.
So an opportunity for Simmons to help her cause. Lined out to third her last time up on a nice play by Gianna Lombardo. And the first pitch, take it for a ball, throw down to second as the runner goes, not in time. Wieglin swipes the bag. And now the Big Red with the runner in scoring position for Simmons, and an 0-1 count. Simmons late on a fastball. And Pilnasek ahead, 0-2. Pilnasek would love her 7th strikeout here. Keep Simmons off the bases. The pitch flares outside. Pitch. Pumped foul off to the right side. It stays 1-2. So Brooke Simmons, one of the top young players on all of Long Island. Pitch. Dribble over to the right side. It's going to get through for a base hit. Wieglin rounds third. Here comes the throw. That's not in time. It's an RBI single for Brooke Simmons, and we're knotted up at 1. A seeing eye single for Simmons, as Wieglin, who was on her horse, rounded third, scooted on home. And a good piece of hitting by Simmons. Ties this ball game up at 1. Julia Patrizzo behind in the count 0-1. And now make it 0-2 to Patrizzo, who is one of the 6 strikeout victims against Pilnasek. It's the pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Casino on the backhand. 1-2 coming. Floated foul off to the left side. Have to be careful with that parking lot, especially with the softball in the baseball field. Of course, you're watching at home, so you don't care. But if you do come to a game, it's not the worst thing in the world to stretch those legs. There's a swing and a miss. Good change up there by Pilnasek. 7th strikeout of the afternoon. And there's 2 down in the 4th. Take a look at this nasty changeup. It's changing eye level and getting Patrizzo out in front. So here's Lipinski. And Lipinski goes upstairs and chases a fastball. Count 0-1. Lipinski also struck out in the 2nd, 1 of 3 strikeouts in that inning as Pilnasek struck out the side. Hit on the ground to 3rd, under the glove of Lombardo and into left field for a base hit. Simmons stops on the brakes and now retreats back to 2nd as Bethpage gets the ball back into the infield, and the Big Red have something cooking. They've got runners on 1st and 2nd and 2 away for Brooke Malvino. So the 2nd time through the order for both of these teams, starting to take advantage of both the Golden Eagles and the Big Reds' aces. Little number foul off to the right side. Count 0-2. Isabella Damiano would be next if Malvino could keep this moving. Pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her. 8 strikeouts for Pilnasek through 4, but Glen Cove ties it up on the RBI single by Brooke Simmons. We go to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 1 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
Beautiful day here at Senior Day at Bethpage High School. The Bethpage softball field, home of the Golden Eagles. The baseball team has a game going on as well, and I'm sure there will be some activities down on the football lacrosse field as well. As this athletic department, like a well-oiled machine, always has something going on, and one of the best athletic departments on all of Long Island as they'll look to get in front after Glen Cove tied it up at 1. And specifically, that woman, Brooke Simmons, is seeing eye single to right field. And now an opportunity for Simmons to keep it at a 1-1 game after Bethpage was able to figure her out. Julia Casino had the RBI single to chase home Gianna Budo. It's been nearly identical stat lines for both of these pitchers. Simmons with 6 strikeouts through 3 innings. Pilnasek has 8 through 4. But both have given up a run. As Bethpage has 3 hits against Simmons, Glen Cove 4 against Pilnasek. Jess Donnelly leads it off for the Golden Eagles. 6-7-8 due up for Bethpage. First pitch over to short. Charged by Raditi, fires to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting for the Golden Eagles, number 17, Gianna Lombardo.
So that brings up Gianna Lombardo, 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the 2nd inning. As Simmons fires high and away, 1-0. That pitch hits the outside corner, and the count 1-1 to Lombardo, who getting the start at third base. First senior day, he headed to Vanderbilt, the future Commodore. Not to play softball, but to get a great education, and like we mentioned earlier, the Harvard of the South. Comes a 1-2. Swing and a miss, she got her. 7 strikeouts now for Simmons. 2 up, 2 down to begin the 4th, and that'll bring up Victoria Pfeffer, who also struck out. And let's get to know Miss Pfeffer. Favorite TV show, The Office. This was an interesting one. Actress to player in a biopic would be Kevin Hart, and then her pregame snack is Ritz crackers. It'd be a fun movie to watch. Not sure if it would make sense, but watching Kevin Hart play softball, why not? The 1-0 pitch. And Pfeffer ahead in the count, 2-0. Simmons bearing down, gets the sign, and the pitch is up high. And 3 out of the zone for Simmons. As it was the bottom of the order who did damage against Simmons last inning. And that's outside, ball 4. Third walk issued by Simmons, and that'll bring up Gianna Budo. Led an infield single her last time up. And this will bring out Kessel to try and calm down her pitcher and slow it down. Sometimes it's just a temperature check, but interesting that Kessel's out there and just talking to her pitcher and not really bringing anybody else out there. It's really just, hey, calm down, settle down, see what you can make out of it. And of course, for all of you out there watching this game, and if you want to bring your game to life, Varsity Media Sportscast is the place for you. Coming with announcers, instant replay, multiple camera angles, graphics, great for rivalry games, senior day, general promotion of your team. Contact us today at 516-403 or visit varsitymedia.net to book today. First pitch is taken for a strike by Gianna Budo. Count 0-1. Budo got it started for the Golden Eagles her last time up, had an infield single, and then was chased home by Julia Casino's RBI single. As Simmons ahead in the count, 0-2 after the pep talk. Simmons the rock in the fire. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. 8 strikeouts through 4 innings for Brooke Simmons. Keeps it tied at 1, going to the 5th inning on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here at Bethpage High School, we're tied at 1. It's been a pitcher's duel. Steph Pilnasek and Brooke Simmons, but we'll get a new pitcher for Bethpage. As Bethpage, new pitcher will be Christina Palmieri. So Palmieri moving over from first base to pitcher, and she's been the secondary pitcher for Bethpage this season. And a new first baseman as well. Going over to first base for the Golden Eagles is Madison Mandra. So on senior day, that's what you'll get. Everyone will play, or at least all the seniors will play and get a couple more opportunities. So for Pelnicek, her day is done after 4 innings of work. She's given up 4 hits, just the 1 run. No walks and 8 strikeouts as Mandra will deal to the bottom of the order. Damiano, Mercado, and Jimenez for the Big Red. And I think we're getting some trade secrets here. Starting to see the signs, which I'm not sure if Bethpage wants us to see that, but most of the signs are just universal anyway, so it doesn't matter. But as Mandra will deal to Damiano to begin the 5th inning and fires the ball outside. Count 1-0. Damiano grounded out to the pitcher her last time up, 0 for 1. As the infield-outfield play straight up. Pitch. Popped up right side. Easy play for LaRusso. 2 pitchers, 1 out to begin the 5th inning, and then I'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Aubrey Mercado. Mercado, one of the 8 strikeouts for Pelnicek. As Palmieri gets ready, flips and fires and hits the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Well, Palmieri, of course, will be pitching at Catholic in her college career. Going down to Maryland and fell in love with the school, contacted the coach, and the rest was history. Ahead in the count, 0-2, the pitch. Inside it hit her, and the Big Red have a 1-out base runner as Mercado charges over to first. And that brings up the leadoff hitter, Arden Jimenez. That pitch in the dirt goes to the backstop. And Mercado scoots down to second. And Glen Cove now with a runner in scoring position. And 1 down for their leadoff hitter and the meat of the order for the Big Red. Here's the pitch. Popped. Fair down the right field line. That's a base hit. Mercado slaps on the brakes and stays at third as Jimenez goes up to second on the throw. It's a single for Jimenez. She moves up an extra 75 feet, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Big Red. And that brings up Sienna Scagliola. Well, just over the head of Mandra and down for a base hit. First pitch fouled off, and the count is 0-1. Comes the pitch, and that's on the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. Top of the 5th inning, we're tied at 1. Glen Cove and Bethpage. As the Big Red looking for the big hit against Christina Palmieri. Here's the pitch, just outside. Count 2-2. Scagliola 1 for 2 on the day. Has hit the ball hard both times up at the plate. 2-2 coming. Lined into center field, and it's down for a base hit, and Glen Cove takes the lead. Mercado in to score. Right behind her is Jimenez. It's a 2 RBI single for Sienna Scagliola, and the Big Red take a 3-1 lead in the 5th. Well, you knew the Glen Cove offense would eventually come up. They get into the Bethpage bullpen and take advantage as that's rolled up the middle for a base hit, and the hits keep on coming. Alyssa Weiglin has a single. That moves Scagliola up to second as the Big Red starting to take advantage. So now 3 straight hitters reaching base, a hit by pitch and a pair of hits. There's a nice line shot up the middle. And this brings up Brooke Simmons. Could help her own cause. Here's the pitch. And that's taken outside for ball 1. Simmons had the RBI single and equalizer her last time up on a single to right field. The seeing eye single with the infield pulled up the middle. Pitch. Goes around on the swing. Count 0-1. Or check that 1-1. 1-1 coming. Pumped foul off to the left side. We'll do it again. I think Simmons hit a vehicle off to the left side. Glen Cove with a 3-1 lead, looking for more. The pitch. That's smacked into center field and down for a base hit. Scagliola had to pause to see that it would go through, but she moves up a base as the throw comes all the way home. And the Big Red have the bases loaded and 1 out for Julia Petrizzo. And Scagliola ends up at third, Weiglin up to second, and now Simmons delivering the 4th straight hit for the Big Red. And the first pitch to Petrizzo is taken for a strike, 0-1. Petrizzo 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts today. Swings and misses through a fastball. And Palmieri ahead in the count, 0-2. Infield starts to come in. They want to keep this at a 3-1 game, especially with the way Simmons is going. Here's the pitch, right down the middle, strike 3 called. First strikeout of the inning for Palmieri. And that'll bring up Mia Lipinski. Nice job with the changeup right down the middle as that fooled Petrizzo, and here's Lipinski. And that's just a bit high for ball 1. Lipinski with a single to left fielder last time up, struck out in the second, 1 for 2. There's a wave and a miss. Count 1-1. We saw Lipinski loves the high risers. Single to left her last time up and gets that pitch and smacks it into left field for a base hit, and Glen Cove's going to get some insurance. Scagliola scores. Weiglin right behind her. It's a 2 RBI single for Mia Lipinski, and the Big Red take a 5-1 lead. The hits just keep on coming for the Big Red as Lipinski turned on it and darted it into left field as Glen Cove adds on. And this brings up Brooke Malvino behind in the count 0-1. And the count 1-1. And Palmieri quickly ahead. Simmons a runner over at second, Lipinski over at first. A little dribble over to the left side. Lombardo fires over to first, and the inning is over. But the Big Reds send 9 batters to the plate and score 5 runs to take a 5-1 lead, going to the bottom of the 5th inning on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Glen Cove with a 5-1 lead over Bethpage on Senior Day. And looking forward for both of these teams, I mean, it's a pretty simple schedule. Glen Cove takes on nearby North Shore out of Glen Head, and Bethpage, 2 more games left with Long Beach and then Cary. And Brooke Simmons now back out on the mound for Glen Cove. As she has been dominant in the circle, had a hiccup in the 3rd inning since then. Has struck out 8 batters over 4 innings, allowed just the 1 run on 3 hits, and has walked 3 as well, as she'll deal to the top of the order against Bethpage. Trying to cut into this Glen Cove lead and leave Senior Day on a high note.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth for the Golden Eagles, number 2, Riley Burns.
Glen Cove just getting engaged in the circle, ready to go. First time that Glen Cove is playing ahead. And Simmons with a 4-run lead at her back. As Burns steps up to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day, attacks the first pitch and pops it over to first base, where Lipinski plucks it out of the air. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the 5th.
Number 7, Joanna LaRusso.
So that brings up Joanna LaRusso, grounded out and struck out in 2 at-bats, 0 for 2. Sees a pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. It was Burns, LaRusso, and Almandra due up in the 5th inning. As Simmons swiftly ahead, 0-2. And the pitch, swing and a miss, she got her. 9 strikeouts for Simmons.
Number 20, Madison Mandra.
And there's 2 away in the 5th. As Simmons just continues to dart that outside corner. And here's Madison Mandra, 1 for 1 on the day with an infield single and a walk. That pitch misses on the outside corner. Mandra 6 extra base hits on the season, as this is skied foul behind the plate. So Simmons, who has been in control, behind in the count, 2-1, the pitch. That's in there for a strike, 2-2. Simmons looking for a 10th strikeout, rearing back and firing. She's got it. 10 strikeouts for Brooke Simmons through 5. It's a 5-1 lead for the Big Red on the road against Bethpage on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your events or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Sixth inning here at Bethpage, a 5-1 lead for Glen Cove here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, as Glen Cove putting a crooked number on the board and taking that 5-1 lead. Or check that, yeah, 4-run inning, and now it's a 5-run lead. And coming this June, we'll be live at Stony Brook University for our live coverage of the 2023 Boys Lacrosse Long Island Championships. We'll have the official pre- and post-game show live all day on YouTube from Stony Brook. Be sure to subscribe on youtube.com/Varsity Media. Isabella Damiano will lead off the top of the sixth inning. As Damiano 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a pop out. But her first time facing Palmieri. As Palmieri winds and fires, and that pitch is floated foul. And the count 1-1. Temperature starting to dip and the wind starting to pick up as well. As Palmieri misses outside. Count 2-1. And that pitch low. As Palmieri rearing back, winds and fires. And that's downstairs, ball 4, and Glen Cove has the leadoff hitter on. First walk issued by Palmieri, and that'll bring up Aubrey Mercado, who was hit by a pitcher last time up. Officially 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Shows bunt and waves and misses at the bunt. Count 0-1. Mercado came around to score, part of the 4-run inning for the Glen Cove. And it's bunted foul behind the plate. And Palmieri ahead in the count 0-2. Comes the 0-2. Line drive past the glove of Lombardo and into left field for a base hit. Damiano pulls on at second. Mercado reaches base for the second time today. It's her first hit. And the Big Red with the first 2 runners on to begin the 6th inning for their leadoff hitter, Arden Jimenez. Jimenez singled to right her last time up. This hit on the ground is short. Burns goes to Lombardo for third to get the first out, but then Lombardo throws it into right field. That's going to allow Mercado to go to third. Relay throw, not in time. And Jimenez takes second base. So a fielder's choice ended up turning into what Bethpage did not want. Runners on second and third with 1 out. Off the glove of Palmieri, a run will score, throw over to first in time. As Mercado touches the plate, Jimenez ends up at third, and it's an RBI for Sienna Scagliola. Take another look off the glove of Palmieri. Could have saved the run as the first pitch is pumped foul off to the right side. Alyssa Weigland up at the plate. 2 hits on the day, 2 for 3. Pitch high, 1-2. Check that 1-1. It's a 6-1 lead for Glen Cove on the road. So here's Simmons, who has a couple of hits today as well. Takes outside, runner goes. Throw down to second, not in time. Stolen base for Wiegland. Her second stolen base of the day. And Simmons ahead in the count. And the pitch. That's outside. Palmieri just trying to keep it at 7-1 now, and here's Simmons. Pumped foul off to the left side. Pitch misses outside. Dribble on the ground to short. Burns, the long throw, in time. Nice scoop by Madison Mandra at first, as Burns deep in the hole throws out Simmons. And let's take another look. Pretty bang-bang play over at first. Burns. Well, Bethpage will take it, as they will go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-1 the lead for Glen Cove on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
Back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, bottom of the 6th inning, as Glen Cove has a 7-1 lead over Bethpage. And come join our team. Let Varsity Media help promote your business at affordable rates, customizable packages to fit any budget. We're expecting a large audience for the June 3rd Boys Lacrosse Long Island Championship. It's a chance to get in front of thousands of followers, across 50,000 followers on social media, as well as the broadcast as well. And this can help grow your brand through the SPORTSCAST, through Varsity Media. Contact us today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. You see some of the big names: Bethpage Federal Credit, Moe's, Weeble, Catholic Health, Whitfit, Orland, and Cohen. We're happy to have our current sponsors as well, and if we want, and we would love to have you to be a part of the team as well. As Brooke Simmons goes back out to the mound in the bottom of the 6th inning, and a 7-1 lead for Glen Cove as they're trying to spoil senior day for Bethpage. Simmons has allowed a run on 3 hits, struck out 10. And here's Julia Casino. Steps up to the plate. One of the 3 hits against Simmons today. Her, Budo, and Mandra, the 3 base knocks for Bethpage, as Simmons misses outside for ball 1. Casino, Palmieri, and Donnelly, 4, 5, 6 due up. And the Golden Eagles line up as that pitch hits the outside corner for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Floated foul off to the right side. Count 1-2. Foul tipped off the glove of Weekland. And they're going to give Casino first base. They'll say catcher interference. Love to see another replay. That's... I don't know. Maybe from the first base angle? I'm not sure, but this is what the home plate umpire has as well, as the two umpires will talk about it together. It's really the field umpire that would have the better vantage point. So I'm not sure, but for the home plate umpire to make the call and then have to ask about it, it's really interesting, but... And now Kim Kessel getting an explanation. So catcher's interference. Bethpage has a runner on. Second time that Casino's reached base. As Christina Palmieri steps up to the plate 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. And Simmons fires high for ball 1. Palmieri got the start at first base today. Going to Catholic after she graduates from Bethpage. Pitch, swing and a miss. Pull the string. And ahead in the count, 1-2. In there, strike 3 called. 11 strikeouts for Simmons, and there's 1 away in the 6th. Let's take another look. Bell tie, strike 3. Too close to take. There's just Donnelly. Fouls the first pitch off to the right side. Count 0-1. Pitch misses down and away. And the count 1-1. Corners pinch in for Glen Cove. And Simmons now ahead 1-2. Would love to say that this is a vintage Brooks Simmons performance, but when you throw 3 shutouts in a week, have a no-hitter and a perfect game, this might be off Brooks Simmons, and even when she's off, she's on. Donnelly goes down for the 12th strikeout, and that'll bring up Gianna Lombardo. As Simmons just continues to pound the zone. 12 strikeouts today for the freshman from Glen Cove. This pitch, fastball, foul tipped into the glove of Weekland. Count 1-1. As it's been Brooks Simmons' world, and we're just living in it. 1-1. Popped up right side, and it falls in for a base hit. Past Scagliola. Casino ends up at third. It's a single for Lombardo, her first of the day. She's 1 for 3. And now Bethpage with runners on the corners with 2 down for Victoria Pfeffer.
Now batting for the Golden Eagles, number 21, Leah Casino.
And check that, we'll have a pinch hitter. It'll be Leah Casino. Oh, come on. For Bethpage. Casino, normally the starting right fielder. Coming on for Pfeffer. Trying to keep the line moving and trying to cut into the 7-1 lead as that pitch is downstairs for a ball, 1-1. And infield. Outfield straight up. Here's the 1-1. Bell tipped into the glove of Weigland. Snap throw over to first. And not in time. And check that. They'll call her out. How about that? Let's see another replay on that. That's the home plate umpire coming in saying that she was out. And I'm not sure if that was Lombardo coming off the bag or not. Let's take another look. So the throw beats her. That is the oddest call I've ever seen. Let's go to the 7th. 7-1 Glen Cove.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Julia Petrizzo leads off the top of the 7th inning here at Bethpage High School. As Glen Cove will have 5, 6, 7 due up against Christina Palmieri, who delivers low for ball 1. Petrizzo 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. Floats it into left field. It's down for a base hit. Budo comes over to play it. It gets through her, and it's an extra base hit for Julia Petrizzo. And Glen Cove with the runner in scoring position to begin the 7th. So Petrizzo goes the other way. And should be a single and an error. As Petrizzo now at second base for Mia Lipinski, who's got 2 hits on the day, 2 for 3 officially. Both singles to left field. Over to the shortstop, Burns makes the catch. Brings up Brooke Malvino 0 for 3 on the day. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Hits this over to first. It's a fair ball. Mandra steps on the bag. And Petrizzo stays at second. And there's 2 away for Isabella Damiano. Right back to the mound. Nice play by Palmieri. Fires to first. And the inning is over. Glen Cove 3 outs away from picking up the victory. Last licks for Bethpage when we come back on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15% Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
Back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, last licks for Bethpage as Brooke Simmons looks to complete this dominant performance against Bethpage and spoil Senior Day, the freshman. Showing that the new kid on the block is certainly someone to mess with, and she's been fantastic in the circle today, striking out 12 batters over 6 innings, has just allowed 4 hits, walked 3, and allowed just the 1 run, an RBI single in the 3rd inning. As Simmons will face the bottom of the order, Leah Casino, Gianna Budo, and then Riley Burns, the leadoff hitter for Bethpage, as Glen Cove looks for its 11th win of the year and pick up a nice win over a Conference 2 opponent. Casino is at the plate when Gianna Lombardo was thrown out at first base on the pickoff attempt. And here is Casino, now up at the plate, and takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Casino, the everyday right fielder, but started on the bench today for Senior Day. Takes low, 1-1. Pinch hitting for Victoria Pfeffer as this is skied into center field. Jimenez is there, and Jimenez hauls it in for out number 1 in the 7th.
Now batting for the Golden Eagles, number 5, Gianna Budo.
So this brings up Gianna Budo, 1 for 2 on the day, an infield single and a strikeout. And Simmons ahead in the count, 0-1. Budo scoring the only Bethpage run against Simmons, who's 2 outs away from the complete game performance. It's the pitch on the outside corner, and the count is 1-2. Simmons rearing in at the side. Here's the 1-2. Fouled off to the right side. Simmons gets the sign that she wants. Now ready to go. And fouled right back, and Budo staying alive. Budo getting instruction from the home plate umpire. Don't call for time so late in the at-bat. As once Simmons starts her motion, she has to complete it. The pitch, swing and a miss, she got her. 13th strikeout for Simmons. And now last out for Bethpage, it's Riley Burns. As Simmons on another level today, 13 strikeouts. And here's Burns stepping up to the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. And that pitch misses outside for ball 1. Pitch, little dribbler back to the mound. Simmons is up with it, fires to first in time, and the ball game is over. The Glen Cove Big Red come to Bethpage and escape with a 7-1 victory as Simmons completes the game, striking out 13 batters. And Glen Cove uses a 4-run 5th inning to pick up the 7-1 win over Bethpage. So that'll do it from Bethpage High School. This has been a President. TD is Chris Sweeney. camera person Travis DeLuise, this is John Perez saying so long from Bethpage. This has been a presentation of Nassau Softball on the Varsity Media Sports Network.